Welcome to my beginners drawing tips and technique series. And today's topic is the line and why the line is so important. We are going to discuss in this video. So basically, you are starting it out and you got your first assignment, which is line. And now you're wondering why line is so important and why your teacher from whoever you're learning asked you to draw many pages of lines, like vertical lines, horizontal line, free flowing lines, or curves, all sorts of line. And you are wondering why it is so important. And you will be thinking, okay, I will do 4 pages or 2 pages, it's all good and I don't need to worry about it. I know how to do lines, right? So we all know about lines, and because we have started learning about lines from a very childhood. So when you were little, we actually did cursive writing. We wrote alphabets using 1, 2, 3 and or ABC, or in any other language is all about lines only. It's a collection, all the alphabets are collection of different lines, which is vertical line, horizontal line, or curves. That's it. There is nothing else, and those are the symbols we have created using lines. So basically, we are expanding our knowledge of symbol making or art making, which is writing in a way, to a more fluid expression of our thoughts, our beliefs, or our vision, or our creative energies, or whatever the word you wanted to call it. So when we are writing, that time we need very precise, very clear, so that the symbol which is actually designed and has a sound to one particular community is get understood by the other person. So that is why we have been taught with a very stiff one line, no pressure sensitivity, and accurately written in a very tight and concise manner. So over the period of working with this kind of typographical nature of using line has made us very stubborn practices of line, which is required for writing clearly, so that other people can understand our symbol making, and they could understand what is the meaning behind each symbol. If we have a fluid line is that, then every symbol will become something else. But in drawing, because we want to make everything fluid and control it, and it's a unique for every art piece. We are creating one piece and it's an expression of your own self. So it does not need to be very hard straight lines, and it is very difficult to express through that, because we are creating, in a way, we are creating our own alphabet, our own language through this. So we have to break that habit of stubborn, strong lines mindset to a more fluid, controlled, pressure sensitive kind of a style to our lines. And like in nature everything is like very fluid. All the lines are there aren't any single straight lines or any straight things in nature. Biggest challenge which comes is breaking the habit of doing lines on a very bigger scale, because normally we write very tiny alphabets in a limited columns or rows. Second, more fluidity in that, more gestural quality to the line. And then third, we need to have a repeated pattern of line, and we need to have a line which we can draw on top of each other, on top of each line, again and again, a repeated pattern. Why we need this? Because the drawing itself is actually a searching and finding a process. So when you were drawing, you are actually finding the right placement of the drawing line of that particular thing which you are seeing it. So in the beginning, the way we actually draw and what we see, that coordination is not perfectly accurate. So what we need to do is we need to process our line many times for the same area, so that we can actually get to the get to the closest point of the object we wanted to draw. So the first thing is to get actually a really good flexible fluid line. We need to not only just draw from top to bottom, but to keep in mind few things which will help us to actually bring fluidity or like flow in our line. First is that when we are drawing, like when we write, then we actually hold our pencil like this, which is only we are using this movement. Okay, we don't even use this movement, we just use this finger movement. Okay, so we have finger movement, we have wrist movement, and so finger movements is only in like y axis, and our wrist movement is all about like 360 degree, so we can actually use all that. And then our elbow is like, more gives us increase our reach for the area. And then this shoulder movement which help us to actually pivot ourselves to a bigger fluid quality of line, and cover much more flexibility into it. So the first point is this pivoting and movement of the pencil. Second is holding of the pencil. So before we used to hold like this, but now we have to hold it like this. So we will hold using these two fingers, and then this finger will help us to move the direction, and this helps us to even like for grading, for tonal quality of it, because we can actually use this in a little, make it more diagonal and make thin lines, because we are more using a tip of the pencil. When we are using this, we are using the entire length of the pencil, which help us to give thickness and also a tonal quality of the line. So the very first important thing is movement. The second important thing is how you hold your pencil. And the third important thing is your sketch pad, or your pad, like a straight like this, or maybe a 15-degree angle. It's not going to be a more comfortable, and you won't able to work on your drawing for a longer period of time. So to make this process more enjoyable and comfortable, we need to bring this whole thing in a 45-degree angle. So you have to keep your pad in a 45-degree angle. So, but if you don't have an easel like this, you can put another chair on the back's other side, and then get this angle. Or even in your computer table, you can actually put some books on top of it, and you can use this 45-degree angle. So the point is, whatever the way you use, the important thing is to get the 45-degree angle to your pad, and then use all other things, meaning holding your pencil correctly, using the hand movement like shoulder movement, wrist movement, and elbow movement, and then drawing it. Then you will your range, and keeping these fingers resting it on the paper itself, and then use it, and then sketch your lines. Okay, don't worry about how the lines are going, or what quality of lines are there. Keep doing it. So use this way. It's up to you. You will find your own comfort zone, that how you're going to use your hands position and everything. It will get adjusted over the period of time. And then if you want to do horizontal line, you will move your hand like this. One is this, one is that, and then for diagonal like this. So you will use like that. Okay. And for diagonals you will use like this. So in the beginning you might not get this straight line, you might get something like this. If you are getting like this, that means wherever you are breaking it, you are actually thinking about it when you are drawing it. When whereas in the initial practices you don't have to think about when you're putting your line. So what you need to do is, you get a point here, starting point, and get your end point right there. Okay, and then just start your journey from this point and look at your end point. Point here, and then look at your first starting point, and then look at your bottom point. Even if you miss little bit, it's all okay. It's okay, because but it will go straight. But if you point here and if you point here, and if you keep watching how you are going there, then you will see this kind of movement. Okay, but if you are going to see this, and you keep looking at your final destination without seeing it, you will make a confident line rather than like a zigzag, crooked kind of a line. So if you are seeing a lot of crookedness in your line, so don't worry about it in the beginning, because we have to move from straight line, like alphabet writing, hard stiff line, to more fluid practice of a line, and also training our shoulder and wrist to work together. It will break through in some time. So don't worry about those things. Just keep doing it, and don't look at it. So the important thing is that you put mark and the end point, and then go look at the last point and look at your end point, and then draw. Don't watch the path, don't watch the journey of drawing the line. It's very similar to bicycle riding, right? Like when you're riding a bicycle, you don't see how you're paddling it. What you see is you are pedaling it, and you're seeing your end point, your journey, your destination. But in the beginning, what we have done when we're learning bicycle is we watch our paddles. We don't like to watch what in front. So then our parents or whoever is teaching us tell us, no, don't look down, look forward. And so same thing here, you have to look forward to go reach the trainer, and that's how you will get the quality of line. Okay, and when you are lining, keep rotating your pencil. When you are doing this practice, keep rotating your pencil, because we need to have a fluid lines. So if you are making a curve, so from one point to one point, then just do like this. Then try different places to hold pencil. From here you will put there, then you are actually drawing more lighter drawing. If you want more lighter drawing, like hold your pencil from very far away. You can even make lighter mark with your hand and holding softly, and then very light mark. You can really make light mark. The point is, in lines, don't worry about crooked lines. This is actually a very important step. It's okay if you're getting a wavy line. It's very tiring to do this kind of stuff. Totally fine, but keep doing it. This is the most important foundation step you need to build upon it, because after doing this line exercise, line practice every day, and use curves also. Line, it doesn't mean that straight lines. Line means like line in any form, in a free flow form, curves, straight lines, edge, vertical lines, horizontal lines, all that is part of line itself. Okay, it's a line marking. Draw, and then draw on top of it, draw and then draw on top of it, draw and then just try keep drawing it. So start with a very light line and then keep like drawing it on top of it, keep drawing it on top of it, and you really need that kind of a practice, and so that your muscles get loosen up a bit, and your whole movement get perfect. Then your angles and your grip on the pencil, pivoting the pencil properly, moving in their direction, using thin and lighter strokes, and pressure sensitivity. These are the things. Experiment with all these kind of things, which will make your drawing, and you will thank yourself if you have practiced enough. And before drawing anything, always do a warm-up exercise with this, and it will really improve your quality of drawing art. I hope that was helpful. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please let me know in the comment that what do you think, and what other topics you would like to cover. I would be happy to share my knowledge.